Hi everyone, it's Ryan, and today I'm going to talk to you about James Joseph Sylvester. So he was born on September the 3rd in 1814 in London, England. He was born as James Joseph. He then added Sylvester because of immigration issues, because if you wanted to move to the US, you needed to have a first name and a second name in that time. He attended at 14 years old the University of London. He then transferred to Liverpool Royal Institution because he was accused of stabbing a student and his parents didn't agree with that. He began his studies in mathematics at St. John's College in Cambridge in 1831, and he ranked second in Cambridge mathematical examinations in 1837. So he wasn't issued a degree because he didn't agree with the process, because he needed to go to the church and admit that you were Christians and do those kinds of prayers, but he was actually Jewish, so he couldn't do that. In 1838, because he became a teacher, of natural philosophy at University College London. He then moved to the United States to become a teacher at the University of Virginia, and he returned to England in November in 1843. So about his achievements, he studied law with a British lawyer and mathematician called Arthur Cayley, and they actually stayed best friends till the rest of their lives. They worked on the matrix theory while he was working as an actuary. He first used the word matrix in his paper called On a New Class of Theorems, and he discovered a discriminant of a cubic equation. So one of his most important theorem would be the determinant theorem. And as you can see as the image, it states that if A and B are matrices of size P by N and N by P, then the determinant of IP plus AB would be equal determinant of IN plus BA. This theorem is useful in developing a Bayes estimator for multivariate Gaussian distributions. And what was actually impressive, it was that he stated a statement without any proofs. He was just like a genius. And with time, there were other mathematicians that actually worked on that statement to show if it was actually true. And as you can see on the proof, they actually named the matrices M, and they found out that Sylvester was actually right about what he said, which was impressive. He also worked on something called the Sylvester's formula, which expresses an analytic function of function A of a matrix A, and it looks like this. So as you can see as the image, there's a sum where the number I are the eigen values of A, and the matrices AI are the corresponding Frobenius covariance of A. And as Wikipedia would say it, an eigenvector of a square matrix is a non-vector V that when multiplied by A yields the original vector multiplied by the single number that is a V equal number V. The number which is not defined is called the eigenvalue of A corresponding to V. And as an example, you can take that a three-element vector may be seen as an arrow in three-dimensional space starting at the origin. In that case, an eigenvector of a 3x3 matrix A is an arrow whose direction is either preserved or exactly reversed after multiplication by A. The corresponding eigenvalues determines how the length of the arrow is changed by the operation and whether its direction is reversed or not. And there's two conditions to use this Sylvester formula. It would applies for any diagonal matrix A with k distinct eigenvalues and any function f defined on some subset of the complex numbers such that function of A is well defined. The last condition means that every eigenvalues is in the domain of f and that every eigenvalue with multiplicity mi bigger than 1 is in the interior of the domain. About his adult childhood, when he was in the US, he also applied to be a professor at Harvard, but he got refused because he had a bad reputation of stabbing some students. He met a woman on his way back to England in 1843, which he actually really liked a lot, but he proposed to her and she refused because he was Jew. So that proved that he has a disappointing social life, even if his work life was actually very impressive. And he died in Oxford, in England, on March the 15th in 1897 at the age of 82 in Oxfordshire. And here are my references.